I ask you to imagine a young girl of about 11 years walking in these present times on the site of a sugar plantation and not understanding its historical significance. Meanwhile, her once enslaved ancestors, buried on that same plantation, are speaking among themselves as they observe her. In the following poem, my ancestors gifted me their silence. There are brief pauses. Listen as the ancestors are now speaking into those silences. Shh. Let her walk free, unhindered into the new world. She must not see the crimson of the dawn and think of. Let her see only purple flowers growing in the cut rock and not hear the back breaking. She must remember only the smell of ripe plums and guavas rising from the gully, never the stink of. Let her gaze at the lacy leaves in the cluster of bamboo trees and not see that the branches were cut, stripped, and used for. The thick pole with holes cut into the crossbars was where the dark spot left on the ground by jamon berries was once the stain of. She's walking west of the great house, next to what she knows only as the yard. We were barely her age when Massa summoned us to his quarters. We were not the same when we came back. The children born to us were never ours to love as we wanted. Better they'd never seen the morning light. Better they'd been buried along with their navel strings under this same earth. But this girl, walking, she is one the old wise woman saw when we gathered late in the evenings, speaking over a pot of water so no one could hear us. It was then the old woman whispered her vision that one day, let the girl child think it's only birds, crickets, grasshoppers. The wind is slipping through the cuscus that she hears. Never the sounds of our. Oh, my ancestors, so late for me to unwrap layer by layer this gift of your silence. But today I place my birth call over my eyes so I may see, and I weep for the bones I find here, the solitary cowrie shell, a broken comb, shreds of the Osnaburg that roughened your once smooth ebony skin, gave no ease to your torn flesh. I shed these tears from my oblivion, false buffer of empire that shrouded my hearing, veiled my sight, turned me, bastard child, away from my true mother. Now I unwrap the love you forced into silence, like a hedge to protect me, until the time would come for safer passage. What can I give you in return in these late years, this late awakening? The pledge of my voice, my words, the rest of this walking. My next poem attempts to express the feelings of an enslaved mother who knows that her child could be sold at any time. The name Odifo means survivor, although that survival may come sometime in the future. The title of the poem is Hard Love. She cannot stop her waters breaking, stanch the blood that comes with the birth of her son, or the flow of milk from her breasts. She holds him in her arms and feels the spirits of his fathers hover near. He is Odifo, Odifo, that is his name. She breathes the baby's name into his ear, into his spirit, so he may not forget. But even now she knows what cannot be. She must not fetter her son with tenderness. So as he grows, she flexes his feet and ankles to bear the weight of ball and chain, rubs her calloused hands down the soft skin of his back to ready him for whippings that will come. She lets the weight of her arms fall heavy on his neck as she hugs him. A yoke may be the collar he will wear. Some evenings she stands him near the cooking fire. She knows he must endure the searing of the branding iron deep into his flesh when he is marked, not with the name his fathers gave him, but as the property of the enslavers. These days in the fields the sun darkens. The white men have come like wild beasts on the hunt, and she knows, she knows. Just before daybreak one morning, Master sent for the boy, he must come. She whispers these final words to her son. You are Odifo, remember your name, Odifo. There's fear in his eyes, but also something deeper. My name is Odifo, he whispers back. 13 years old, and he's gone. He will not see how the bitter-tasting vine she's used to bind her too full heart unravels, nor her red-rimmed eyes when all that she's held in breaks loose. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, there remains a terrible breach, a gaping wound in the tapestry of humanity, indeed of the world. The name of that wound is the transatlantic slave trade, one of the worst atrocities inflicted by one group of human beings on another, and whose legacy remains to this day. The quest of Prime Minister Mia Mottley and others like myself is the reparation of that breach, perpetuated by racism and other forms of discrimination. According to legend, and there may be some truth in this, somewhere on the western shores of Africa, on the nights of the full moon, the elders light fires, hoping to light the way for the lost children of Africa to find their way back home. Members of the United Nations General Assembly, your very name implies commitment through your peace initiatives and humanitarian policies to igniting the fires of conscience, empathy, unity, and equity, so that home for all races and ethnicities is a place of belonging, of dignity, and no people are made to feel as if they are unwelcome strangers on this earth. There are spirits of the victims of slavery present in this room at this moment, and they are listening for one word only: justice. Because for them, and for the world. There can be no peace without justice, reparatory justice. And that call is answered only when words are turned into action. Question is, what will you do? Thank you.